For me, it has just been a wonderful trip. It has been a great adventure. Hi, I am Wallace. I began my career in the College of Pharmacy in August of 1979, and I will leave the college in May of 2019. When I came to Ohio State, I went back to some of the research I've been doing as a graduate student that focused on interactions between neuronal and glial cells in sympathetic neurons. But I was kind of slow at getting going and ended up collaborating with others on their projects more than doing my own. That worked out well for a number of years. Relative to my teaching, I arrived at the first of the month and was in front of a class the third week of the month. The class was then called Rational and Irrational Use of Drugs. It focuses on addicting drugs, their mechanism of action, and their effects. I had no background with these drugs. I had never taught a class before, so I looked at what had been done in the past. By the end of the quarter, I realized that the students never realized how scared I was, because as long as I was one lecture ahead, I was fine. As I got into my teaching career, I developed a respect for students as learners, people who are trying to do their best. My philosophy has been to respect them, help themselves. I think teaching may be a bad word here. I'm an organizer, I'm a motivator, because everybody has to learn things for him or herself. It can't be imposed by anybody from the outside. I think that kind of respect goes a long way in terms of a teacher-student relationship. Somewhere probably about 5-6 years here at Ohio State, I started collaborating with Norman Uretsky. I brought to the collaboration the ability to do the mathematical analysis of the data. At that time, we were just getting computers, and I learned to do the programming needed to do the sophisticated mathematical analysis for that time. And from that point forward, we collaborated on everything, not only the analysis and mathematics, but the biology as well. So Norman and I had a wonderful collaboration. The future of pharmacy, I think, is going to at some time transition to more focus on prevention of disease and wellness, and definitely more on individualized medicines. As we get the ability to identify what factors in a person's life history lead to better outcomes for one particular drug as compared to another, that will allow us to do a better job of individual prescribing. That will be an interesting research activity, as it will involve genetic makeup, but also a lot of life history and areas of the country in which one lives, mental health relative to how well one has done, or the opportunities one has done for schooling and work opportunities. So I think that will be really interesting. Another aspect I think will be interesting, personal data monitoring. It's like a Fitbit on steroids. So right now I can monitor heart rate, activity. The devices that exist to put all of that on one's phone in real time. I could have all that information sent to my primary care physician. I might not have to go in to see him or her. They have all the data, all the measurements, and that will make the practice of medicine much more talking and coaching rather than actually doing measurements in the office. Things that are not widely known about me, but that are fun. One is I enjoy square dancing. One is I think I have an ability as master of ceremonies. I really enjoyed doing that for 5 years when we had the College of Pharmacy talent show.
Wonderful. One of the fun things about being backstage there, with lots of room to move around, is I can kind of dance all that music while you have to just kind of sit there quietly. And
I really enjoy ballet. Well, I enjoy watching it. I enjoy Mexican mariachi music. I'm relatively fluent in speaking Spanish, and I read some novel in Spanish language every year to keep some semblance of fluency.